everyone, I'm Tim Buzbee. I'm here at the New Zealand International Brass Festival in Auckland, New Zealand. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about myself, a little bit about these incredible mouthpieces by Ultimate Brass, and just a little bit of just general tips for maybe that you can use to get better as a tuba, euphonium, any brass instrument, maybe even any musician. So I think I'll start by just talking a little bit about the mouthpieces that are made by Ultimate Brass. This is my signature series. Probably about a year ago or so, I contacted Sun about maybe making me a few mouthpieces, and that kind of triggered an ongoing partnership. And now we have 6 different options available. So it's a little bit of a 6-pack, if you will. But now even, I'm here to actually tell you today some very exciting news. All 6 are available in Euroshank, and now all 6 are available in heavyweight. Maybe? We'll have to check that out. I know a few of them are definitely made heavyweight options like this one. This is a new one I just got a few days ago. Fantastic. This is the Buzz C1 HWE, if you need to know. I play this one on the C tuba, of course. It just adds a little bit of weight. This is the biggest model that is offered through my signature line. And then there's a little bit smaller one, which is the number 2, and then even a smaller one, which is the number 3. Okay, so I like the number 1 on big orchestral music. Number 2, a little bit lighter, maybe pops when I want a little bit more bite to the sound. And then number 3, I use more like if I'm having to play solos, solo literature on the bighorn, okay? Or on a 4-quarter tuba. This is, as you see, is the Eastman 6-quarter tuba. So on my 4-quarter tuba, I will use the same 3, depending again on what I'm doing. And you just kind of have to mix and match because everybody's a little bit different. So good luck on that journey because it's a long one. And then for the F tuba, we have the Buzz F1, F2, or F3. I normally actually use probably 90% of my time on the F2. I find it to be a very well-rounded mouthpiece. It's a little bit on the bigger side as far as the rim. I think the rim is maybe a 33. So maybe some people find that a little bit too big. But the F3 will actually be a little bit smaller rim. So if you find that the F2 and the F1 is a little bit too big for you as far as the rim, maybe try the F3. I wanted Sun to experiment around with a mouthpiece that would be very easy to play the more extreme high registers like the bead lows and these type of things, to just make it as easy as possible. Because anybody that knows the bead low from pictures at exhibition, it's one thing to play it in a practice room over and over and over, but it's another thing when you're sitting on stage. You want to be as comfortable and make it as easy as possible. And I feel like the mouthpiece that we're going to finally get to is going to give you that sense of mind to just take it easy and not worry about splitting notes all the time. So, but anyways, F2 is what I normally use. The F1 I use on bigger, like if I'm having to play, if a conductor comes in and he's very traditional and maybe he wants some of the Bruckner symphony, like Bruckner 4, the first movement on F tuba, or Bruckner 6 on the F tuba, then I want to be able to create as big of a sound as possible, try to really get as close to a C tuba sound as I can. So I will go to the F1. Okay, I've even actually played the F1 on the C tuba before, when I still wanted that C tuba sound, but also to make it easy as possible. So you can really mix match, you know, just whatever kind of floats your boat. Everybody's a little bit different, but I think now that the mouthpieces are available in Euroshank, it's going to help a lot for the people who prefer the feel of a Euroshank. But of course, there's still the standard shank, I guess the American shank, which was the original concept. So check these mouthpieces out. Great mouthpiece. And if you have any questions, you know, you can always contact Ultimate Brass or send me a message. I can try my best, or at least I can find out the answer for you. Ultimate Brass, baby. the best. Okay, a few playing tips. Now, my concept of sound, my concept of just general use of air has really changed over the years. Earlier on in my career, I tried to play as loud as humanly possible. That concept has changed just a bit. I try to really focus on playing big, not loud. And sometimes just the wording that you use in your head mentally can change everything. So I would recommend, depending on what literature you're playing, what rep you're playing, to maybe change the concept of the thought process more than anything. So Bruckner's, you want to play big, not loud. Maybe Stravinsky's, you can start kind of teetering over to the loud side. But also just really getting in a mode, in a routine of practicing these concepts throughout your routine. And routine is a very important thing, I think, for a lot of brass players. I don't really buy into the concept of warming up. I feel like if I'm in shape and I'm going through my day-to-day processes and my day-to-day routine, then I'm always warm. I'm always ready to play at the drop of a hat, if you could say that. So I want to be very careful that I don't need 15 or 20 minutes just to feel like I can play at my best. I want to train my body and train my mind where at any time, if I'm needed or if I'm stuck in traffic, I'm late to rehearsal, on the road, doing whatever, that I'm always ready to play. So, and I think that's more of a mindset than anything. So start training yourself now to kind of be in that mode where you're always ready to play. Now, routine's a different thing. So routine will get you to that place of being ready at all times. So everybody's routine is most likely going to be a little bit different, and I think it's very important that you actually spend time with yourself learning what are the strengths and weaknesses that you have and what needs to be worked on. Your teacher can help you, but at the end of the day, you're your best teacher. Have a long, hard talk with yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I need to work on? Honestly, what do you need to work on? And that's the most important word, honestly. You have to be honest with yourself. Now, once you figure that out and you can be honest with yourself and say, well, okay, my articulation is not good, or my tone needs to be better, then your routine needs to be built around those issues. Find the enemy and then build a plan to attack the enemy. Okay? So next thing is know what kind of player you want to be when you build your routine. Do you want to be an orchestral player? Do you want to be a soloist? Do you want to be a quintet? Do you want to be an opera? All these little small, you may not think it sounds like much. I just want to be the best tuba player, but that's not good enough. If you want to be an orchestral tuba player, then you need to be working on orchestral type of things. Tone, time, tuning, these kind of things are very important in orchestral music and to actually win the job in the audition. So build your routine around those things, okay? The routine should flow. It should have very good flow to it. Don't just ramble through a bunch of different exercises going from fast as you can play to low to high, this kind of stuff. It really needs to flow. Start with some stretches. Slowly go into some breathing exercises or as I say, focusing exercises. Then slowly go to long tones. Long tones slowly flow into flow studies. Flow studies slowly flow into slow lip flexibility, and so on and so on and so on, that you have this real general flow to the routine. So eventually, at the end, whether it be an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever your routine may be, that you feel like you can play anything at the end of it. Not that you can't play anything at the end of it, okay? That you're totally just shot, that you can't do anything, okay? Always start with something that makes you feel really good, and always end with something that makes you feel really good. Because having a positive outlook on what you're trying to accomplish is very important. Got it? Hope so.
you.